Right then.
That's my line.
Come on.
Right then, welcome back to the channel, and today we're just going to go through a little bit of a damage report.
Yeah.
We got back from Wales yesterday, and let's just say it was an eventful weekend.
Yeah, it didn't go quite as planned.
Oh no!
Mella's got himself into a bit of a predicament. So we sustained a lot more damage than we were hoping for.
Yeah, not what we wanted, especially with that one.
Yeah,
so.
that one we're not too fussed about, but we wanted to keep that clean. Well, to a certain extent.
You'll see what we mean in a second.
Start with this one, yeah?
I think front end is all right.
No real issues ground clearance wise or approach angle.
No?
Went straight up bomb hole on Strata, Florida.
That's bomb hole, by the way.
Yeah, no issues there.
I think majority of damage this side were done at Parkwood before we did the lift kit and everything.
Yeah, panel damage, Danny did that.
Yeah, sure we'll put a clip on.
Oh, Mella, you
Rob managed to lose another wing mirror.
Did I do that? Oh, sakes. What? Mirror's gone.
You did this side, I did the other side. So it's 2-1 for wing mirrors so far.
We had one spare bracket which got used on the other side. Case is actually held on if you can do it.
Look, just look in there, Adam. Let's look.
There's a little bit of wood holding that on.
It's a bit of kindling in there. We've had to make some very questionable repairs.
Worked well though.
That did the trick, that did the trick. Snorkel's cracked.
It's held up quite well here though, to say I do think that's been rubbing. It's got caught up there, pulled it out and cracked that, so we might look at a replacement top part.
Rock sliders seem to work pretty well. I don't think we really needed them that much.
We didn't give them a massive test, but we've definitely scraped a few things. Same underneath.
Sills are intact, so
that's prevented any sort of serious damage to the bottom of cab, so happy
winning.
with them. And they work quite well as a step now because it's a lot higher. It's easy to get into.
I don't think there's any damage at all to back, is there?
Tray back. To say it sticks out a little bit here, and we're rubbing up tight against some trees. No damage whatsoever. Same on mud guards. I was expecting these to come out with a bit of damage, but nothing at all. So
yeah,
very happy with that.
Pretty good. Departure angle worked pretty well. I think we literally just kissed it a little bit.
Yeah.
At one point, I think that was the bomb hole as well.
There's not actually any signs of any damage on it, so
yeah.
Yeah, the height wise, you'll see, might be able to find another clip of that. Articulation wise, it's worked very well. It was a guesstimate on the height and seems to be bang on. Saying the height's perfect.
You've still got another 2-3 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the bed were any lower,
Yeah. So
surprised you admitted that, Rob. Surprised you didn't say it was deliberate.
This bar's got a bit of a...
Yeah, we've managed to bend this bar. These stuck out a little bit. Well, it's probably an inch too far. They've just took a knock. It's bent that jerry can holder, which has then bent that bar. So I don't think we're allowed to give this one back to George. He wants a new one now, doesn't he?
We borrowed it off George, and we're going to have to buy him a new one. So we'll keep this anyway.
Fuel filler cap. We retained the standard one.
This has took a knock. Look, it's cracked there. Just seen that. Looks like we've pulled this out that way and it's split that weld. So you can just weld that back up, grind it back and go over it with a DA. We'll never know.
We'll do that. We need to paint it anyway, so.
Well, we need to do a new filler neck and we incorporate a front bit to it, so we can live with that bit of damage.
Yeah, we lost that. That was probably one of the first things to go, seeing as though it's the furthest part out. More dents, scratches.
Nothing major on them. There's a slight rub there. I'm pretty sure if you watch video back, that happened at bomb hole as well. It just bottomed out on the top edge of the bomb hole. Yeah, that mirror we actually had a repair bracket for, so I managed
that
to
one was
it.
me. I did that one.
Not looking where we were going. It was too busy. We were looking at something else because I was in passenger seat, and it took mirror straight off.
More dents. See, look at that.
Yeah,
Flexi arches. It worked a treat. So if you want to do that with yours, I think that's actually for like garden planters or something like that.
So overall, not too bad for Amrock, I don't think.
Mechanically sound, few scratches, scrapes, but we're happy with that.
Weigh it up cost-wise, what are them repair brackets? About 20 quid.
Yeah, for both. 2 for 20 quid, I think.
Yeah.
So
fuel cap.
We can live with rest.
Fuel cap's not much, is it? So definitely less than 100 quid's worth, we're saying. If we don't take that into account.
If we don't take bodywork into consideration. We'll skip this one for now. We'll come back to that one, Adam. Don't look. To be fair, I think V10 came out pretty unscathed. I'd say this is the widest one out of them all.
Ripped a riv knot out of there, that's about it. That just needs riv knotting and bolting in. They're all a bit loose, to be fair.
I think this side's fine. The bracket for the temp box on the side, that took a knot. We've had to straighten that out.
So now I just have to take the bracket off side of the temp box because these lanes are that tight, just rip side of that off as well.
But it's back on in work, so we're getting some new ones of them.
Paintwork's still holding up, isn't it? Raptor.
Yeah, Raptor seems to be doing its job.
Scratches.
I think the awning, definitely at one point, the awning were taking a bit of a battering.
We could do with getting that out just to make sure it still works. We didn't use it, did we?
No, it's actually got a few scratches, but same with that one. That bracket's a bit bent, but we'll get a new one of them. And then other than that, I think it just took a little bit of a knock here and took some of this plastic off. The V10 has sustained a little bit of damage getting up there, but I think that could have been prevented with a set of rock sliders.
Yeah.
So that's one of the next jobs for this. Other than that, I think that's all right.
Yeah, so that didn't come out too bad, did it?
Right, this is the good bit, this.
Yeah. Start at this side, because this
Yeah.
happened first.
Well, this is the one that we specifically didn't want to damage because it's fairly new, it was tidy. We'd literally just had a bit of paintwork done on this door before we had all the graphics and that put on. And, well, look at it, it's a right mess. It's annoying because I think this side could have possibly been prevented if we had some rock sliders, or it wouldn't have been as bad.
Yeah.
So again, a bit of an oversight not getting them in before.
All that as well.
But we were under the impression we weren't going to do any mad technical lanes, so we didn't think it'd be needed. Box full of, well, everything that's come off really.
Yeah.
We haven't got to that bit yet, Rob. You've ruined surprise. I think the front door will probably pull out and it'll look all right. Rear door really needs a new one, and I think we need to get a new plastic trim on there.
Oh, I have been looking. There's a Twanagon Copart at the moment, non-runner. That's very cheap still. So
Maybe we're going to buy that. Same colour?
No, it's a different colour, but it's cheap because it's a non-runner. So if that's cheap enough, we might buy it. Then we've got a spare car.
Spare car for when we smash it to bits again. No, temp box looks all right. That came pretty unscathed.
Definitely had a lot of rubbing up against this as well. So
yeah, there's a few
it's
scratches.
surprising how much abuse these can handle.
And then this side, well, I think we're lucky that it's not touched the rear quarter, but that door's knackered. Maybe we can pull some that didn't start. Yeah, it's wind mirror's gone, but you've already seen that, Rob, ruined surprise. A little dent.
Wing mirrors had cameras in as well, so they're not cheap. I think they're about 350 quid. I've just been having a look on eBay. So
yeah,
there's a few quid worth of damage on this one.
No on front.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell a lie, there is.
That bottom panel. That might clip back on there. Might be able to salvage that. Fog light we're already smashed, I think, on this one.
So new fog light, maybe we can get that back in. Yeah, bit disappointing. Like I said, I think the other side could have probably been prevented with some rock sliders. This side, it was on quite a bit of an angle, and I think even if you had the rock slider sticking out by a foot, it'd still hit the door handles.
Massive tree.
Yeah, so.
These brackets, so we're getting a massive hammering from all the bushes, and they've stood up perfectly fine. So,
I think they've moved, have they?
No, so they're perfect. And these lights as well, Hella Black Magic. They've had some, well, you'll see in video, they were just getting absolutely smashed to death with trees and bushes. Ditch lights and ditch light brackets are getting a good testing on here. Plenty of scrubs up against bushes. Perfect still, so really happy with them.
Yeah. And then if you have watched the video, you'll notice that we took 4 cars with us, and there's only 3 here. And that's because the last one is still in workshop on ramp. So if you come with us, Adam, we'll show you damage to the last one. 4th, final car that went to Wales. It was already pretty rough and ready. So probably the one that least mattered if it got it damaged. Still Janos has bought it, so it's not technically ours anymore. I'm sure he'd have minded if it got damaged, but
we don't potentially go to damage anything.
Yeah.
Probably cheapest to repair if it did get damaged, I would have said.
Yeah. But we had the rock sliders on this. They worked an absolute treat.
Yeah.
Because, well, they have been rubbing up against things.
You can see all that there, they've been rubbing, and they've protected it, so...
Yeah, there's no damage to the sills, no more damage to the doors than what was already there. So, really happy with how they've worked.
I think it did catch this bumper on pommel at some point, but other than it's still
a bumper.
Right. Yeah.
Still a bumper. No fog lights. But then you're probably wondering what's going off under here. Yeah. And that's why we need a torch, Rob. There's a big hole there.
Casing is literally split into maybe 3 pieces. And that's it. And still Janos drove this 6 hours back from Wales
6.5
in that condition with centre diff lock on, so he couldn't really go above 30-40 mile an hour.
Low range.
I can't believe it made it back in one piece.
No. Rather him than me. Yeah, that's sucks a little bit.
But
I think that's the first time we've ever had it happen, haven't we?
yeah.
And out of all the Tuaregs, including the V10, that's had much abuse, that is the first time we've ever smashed a diff to bits.
Yeah. It's nearly ready to come out, so we're going to try and figure out exactly what's caused it. We've already ordered another one. You can pick them up for like 100, 150 quid on eBay. We should have one here by Wednesday, so hopefully it'll be back up and running Thursday, Friday this week, and plenty of time to get it ready for Parkwood in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. But overall, I think we need to get rock sliders on the new one. We're not going to bother fixing it until after Parkwood, just in case we encounter any more damage. So that'll be for another day. But yeah, what else you want to mention?
Moral of the story is if you're going to go on these trips, just be prepared, because a little bit of damage is inevitable really. It's just exactly how much you sustain can vary from lane to lane.
Yeah. So just take all the preventative measures, rock sliders,
under trays.
Yeah, under trays, lift kit, make sure you've got the right tyres for the job, make sure you've got the right recovery gear.
And if you're unsure, walk down your lane first and see what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah,
so
that's
the biggest thing.
Good advice. If it looks crap, stop,
is.
walk down the lane and see if it gets any better, because that's what we didn't do, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And the further you get in, the harder it is to get back out the same way you came in. So, yeah, are we ending the video? Yeah. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, hit the like button.
See you next one.
See you in the next one.